Good morning, everybody. It's like 8:30 a.m. I'm about to do some real estate, and then I actually have a live with Amit. If you guys want to talk about the stock market open, I'm going to be on Amit Investing. But in today's video, I do want to talk a little bit about HIMS. HIMS has a very interesting tendency. As the market goes down, HIMS goes up. But as the market rallies, HIMS goes down. Almost like HIMS is a flight to safety. I know it's not, but almost as if. Right now, HIMS is trading at around just north of $10. 52-week high was like 13 and change. HIMS is still up over 200% for the last year. So a lot of people are getting frustrated, and understandably so, why everything's going up, but HIMS is not going up. Especially since the last earnings were an absolute home run. This is what I'm personally doing. Right before last earnings, Jefferies upgraded HIMS. The firm Piper's upgraded HIMS, and last week Bank of America upgraded HIMS from $13.50 to a $15 price. Now that $15 price is short term, so within the next 52 weeks. I also believe that HIMS should be a $15 stock. Now that doesn't mean that that is going to happen. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's just a general rule of thumb. You got to put in your mind something like, hey, I think this should go until this much, and then you reevaluate. The reason why is HIMS raises the bar, not only meets the bar during earnings, and it exceeds the bar. Besides for the last earnings, so we're going to go 5 earnings. The last one plus 4, so a year plus 1 earnings. 3 out of 4 earnings, HIMS exceeded expectations. On the one time that they met expectations, they did not rally, they didn't moon up. All the other 3 times of earnings, they went up multiple double digits. HIMS is a freaking monster. And the reason why HIMS is a monster is because they keep increasing their guidance and they keep reaching their guidance. Almost like they're sandbagging. HIMS grew last year 90-something%. This year they grew, I believe, 86% off the top of my head. They were supposed to go 70-something and change. They ended up going like 10% more than they predicted. And if they grew 77 or 75%, it still would have been a fantastic quarter. But they grew nearly 90% again. They were supposed to grow 50% plus compound annual growth rate for this year and next year. They increased that to 58%. That's massive. It doesn't seem like a lot, but think about it. 50 to 58 is like a 12 or 13% increase for 2 years. By 2025, they're saying their revenue is going to be $1.2 billion. They didn't increase that number. And people are like, why didn't you increase that number? If everything's going up, why didn't you increase that number? And they said that $1.2 billion is a floor, not a ceiling. That they believe this is the minimum that they're going to be at by 2025. That's massive. We had earnings around 2 weeks ago. We beat earnings, but the stock didn't rally. This is the first time in the last 5 earnings that we beat earnings and it didn't rally double digits. It actually retreated. Fantastic earnings, and we were down. I believe we were down. So we're down like 30% from earnings. Something like this, 35. Guys, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so don't give me some margin for error here. Approximations. Everybody always says, I wish the price goes down. You know when you say that? When the price goes up, you will say, I wish the price goes down so that I could DCA and buy. Well, the price is down. And I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 people that said, I wish the price is down, are not buying. This happens all the time psychologically. Right now, I'm not buying. I have a lot of shares. I'm not buying more because I don't have conviction. I'm not buying more because I already bought up as the price was going down. I learned something in this market. Take your opportunities and pick your spots. There's always great investments. Besides for HIMS, there are other investments out there. And if you guys watch me for Palantir, besides for Palantir, there's other investments out there. I'm trying to diversify and pick good undervalued plays. With that said, I think HIMS is still undervalued. I think Palantir is still undervalued. I think TFC is undervalued. I think Google still has a room to grow. Microsoft is a beast. Right? So these are plays, but let's keep talking about HIMS. If HIMS drops more, then the upside becomes too juicy. right? If HIMS goes to, let's say, drops another 30%, it's unwarranted. The drop we have now is 100% unwarranted. But if we go to like $7 or $8 or $6, which is what everybody was hoping for, load up. Load the freaking bag, because that is absolutely huge. The next earnings is going to be in around 2.5 months. Between now and 2.5 months, a lot of things can change. But if the price, for example, stays exactly the same of around $10, I will be definitely 100% be buying call options for the next earnings, because there's no reason for me to believe that they're not going to only meet but beat expectations again. There's no reason for me to believe that that's not going to happen. Now, they might not, but I believe that they will. And if they will, if they didn't do it last quarter, I'm hoping, and theoretically it makes sense that they would double digit up next quarter. So I'm going to take advantage of short-term call options. I did that not last earnings, the earnings before that, and I made a lot of money on it, a few grand. I didn't do it last earnings because I didn't want to get too greedy. The next earnings, if we don't pop by then, I'm going to be expecting a pop on earnings. For anybody that doesn't understand, very simply, HIMS has a wide margin of more money, cash and cash equivalents, than they have debt, okay, and liabilities. They have more assets than liabilities. On top of that, they have a lot of money right now locked up in treasury bonds, which is guaranteed money. If you guys want to check it out, I have it in my last video. I will leave a link to that video at the end of this video. Besides for that, HIMS spends around 50% of their money on marketing. Except for paid promotions like Spokesman, they make their money back within 1 year. That's ridiculous. Their gross profit margins are at 80%. 5 quarters ago, their gross margins was at 29%, 29, 26. Think about that. They went from like 26 to 30s to 50s, low 70s, high 70s, and 80. They want to be at around 75%. That extra 5% in gross margins, guess what they do? They're not doing a bonus for the CEOs. They're not doing a dividend, which obviously, because they're not profitable yet, GAAP profitability, they're reinvesting it for customer satisfaction. HIMS had the second best quarter that they've had, period, in subscriber count growth. Over 100,000. Again, they keep just knocking it out of park. Now they have 1.2 million subscribers. 90+% stickiness rate. So if you use HIMS, you keep going. You see, I got hair again, right? HIMS really does help me with my hair, straight up. It works. And they keep adding to their product line. Just look at their board. Look at the board of HIMS. All the people sitting on the board of HIMS or advisors to HIMS are specialists in a certain field of medicine. Those specialists in a certain field of medicine are working on a new product line for their specific field. HIMS right now is mainly hair products, skin products, and erectile dysfunction for men. For women, hair products, skin products, contraception. They might have a couple of other things, but that's pretty much what they are. They are only in 2 markets, US, UK. Massive room to grow. Overwhelmingly, like nearly 100% of their money comes from online. They are in some wholesalers, like pharmacies, but almost overwhelmingly it's online. And they listen to their clients. Millions more consultations than Teledoc. Think about that. How much more people they see than Teledoc. A consultation consists of literally 5 minutes. You sign up online. I went through a demo. They text you. Boom. You saw the doctor. Because they're not selling, Schedule 1 narcotic type drugs like opiates. That's it. And they're not under the purview of the DEA because of that. Guys, HIMS is an absolute monster. I know you guys are worried. And don't take my word for it. Please. I'm not qualified to give you advice. I'm qualified only to speak my own opinion. And I'm talking to myself. This is just entertainment. Figure it out yourselves. But do your own research. Fact check me. If what I say makes sense, fact check me. See if it makes sense to you. Come up with your own thesis. But this is what's happening to me. I started talking about HIMS when it was $3.50. Okay? I'm up really good on HIMS. And I don't think that this is going to stop because they keep raising the bar, not only meeting the bar, destroying the bar, and then raising it again. So raise the bar, meet expectations, raise the bar again. And they've been doing that literally for the last 5 fucking quarters. HIMS is an absolute monster that most people are not paying attention to, and I don't know why it's counterproductive to what happens in the market. But if you believe the market is going to keep going, maybe there's going to be a pullback. HIMS is a good play. And I don't know why it trades against the market in general, and I don't know if that's a fact or just a coincidence, but it seems like that's what happens. But when HIMS goes, man. Like high single, double digits, it goes up. That's what I got to say about that. Thank you so much. Please give me the like, share, subscribe. And if you guys want to do a market open, I'm going to be doing it on Ahmed's channel, Ahmed Investing, at 9:20. And at 11 a.m., I'm going to be doing a live. Jerome Powell is speaking. Not official Federal Reserve business, but he's speaking like an institution or some shit, like a guest speaker, whatever. If you guys want to check that out. Thank you. Have a great day.